So, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking to the great John Wolton, who is a volunteer and helper for the Jaywick flood, and we're getting this exclusive interview to show the world how Jaywick really is and how Jaywick really was. So I'm asking John questions at the moment about Jaywick at the time and around the flood time, because no one else would know this. And an important question that people have asked me to ask you was, what was people's reaction around the flood time? What was people around the area, their reactions to it? Were they horrified like we are today, or did people think it could happen? Was there like speculation that it might have happened before it did, or did it just catch everyone by surprise?
No, flooding in that time, because they did put all the provisions in to do that, but it was a phenomenon. It was like a tsunami.
The tsunami of the time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it was unknown quantities that came together. The tide, the wind, and the time of the moon, the phase of the moon.
Could that not happen today?
It could happen today.
It's still possible to happen.
And that's why they've had one or two emergency concerns about and high risk flood.
I've seen them all a few years ago. They were all down here, weren't they?
Yeah, well, there's been, even over the last few months, we've had one or two tides that people have been alerted in the danger areas about there's a possibility.
So if the wind is right and it's low tide, high tide, it could happen again today.
Yes.
And what precautions can people take today from the lessons of 53? Is nothing we can do?
Well, what they have done in 53, they've actually they've raised all the walls up by a metre, around about a metre.
Yep.
So you've got the earth buns around the back of Jaywick, you've got the sea wall and that, they've all been raised to overcome that. But
but it come from behind you, said the last flood of 53 came from behind.
Came from behind, from
the dikes.
From St.
So it must have vented from St. Joseph, Point Clear.
Yeah. Where
so that travelled across all that land?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where Hutley's caravan park is at St. Joseph Beach.
Hutley's,
that's where it came through there.
Came through there?
Yeah. But because that's in a low dish, you see, it wouldn't have gone spread out a lot.
No.
But it came through there and broke that wall and then came through as a massive flood, really.
Wow.
And flooded right up to the golf club.
At 1 AM in February the 1st, 1953.
Yeah.
So lessons have been learned.
They've been learned, but
we still got to be wary today and take care.
You've got to be very aware. We have had a friend of ours who lives just off the Broadway.
Yes.
On the actual promenade, we've had him up here to stay overnight on one of these occasions when it was a
peace of mind. Peace of mind for him.
Yeah, because he had 2 cats. He brought the cats up and stayed with us overnight.
Lovely.
And he didn't know what to expect when he went down there in the morning to see if his bungalow was still there or not.
So the question is basically the effect of the Jaywick's 1953 flood is still around today.
Oh yeah, I think it's...
In 65 years since it happened.
With global warming, we're probably at more of a risk
than ever.
Yeah.
That's all.
And all you need are all the elements to come together like they did in
1953,
and it could happen again.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to stop that interview there. Thank you, John.